That application, that girl ever finished that application?
Oh, really? Oh, cool. No, no, it says here 7 o'clock.
Okay, and we got Sierra Lakes booked for an event there to have her with a family. So both of those.
That might have been public comment for all I know.
You're on it.
Did I go over the avenue services?
Winging it.
Good evening. It is 7:10 and we are reconvening into open session. Do I have a motion to adjourn closed session? Or do we have anything to report out of closed sessions?
Well, first we'll...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's further down. Do I have a motion to adjourn closed session?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And now tonight we have a full school board meeting, but first, let's have Fitzgerald Elementary School 5th grade student Samantha Alvarado lead us in the pledge.
Put your right hand over your heart and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Now, Miss Lee's 5th grade class will recite a poem about Black History Month called Today is Ours, and then perform Favorite Things. Okay, can we have Miss Lee's class come in?
Let's live it. Let's give it. A song can help. Let's sing it. And peace is dear. Let's bring it. Our past is gone. Don't rue it.
Our work is here.
Let's do it.
The world is wrong.
Let's right it.
The battle is hard.
Let's fight it.
The road is rough.
Let's clear it. The future is vast. Don't fear it. Is faith asleep? Let's wake it. Today is ours. Let's take it.
One, two, three, begin.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Good job.
And the hills are alive with the sound of music.
Very good. Well said.
Thank you to Fitzgerald Elementary School administration, teachers, and our parents for being here tonight to support our students' performance. They were great. Okay. Do we have a report out of closed session?
Yes, we do. And let me apologize in advance in case I have a very, very bad cough. In case I have to step to the side to cough, I do apologize in advance. We do have two items. Item number one, the Board of Education accepted the supervisory appointment of Paul Carter as the lead custodian. The roll call vote was unanimous. Item number two, the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Brenda Rios as Coordinator Health Services. The roll call vote was unanimous.
Thank you. Okay. We need to move on. We have a motion to adopt the agenda, but before, we have some changes. Under presentations, we are deleting item 4. Presentation by Tiffany Santos, attorney, Fagan, Friedman, and Frost, LLP, regarding the Transforming Lives charter school position. That item is being deleted. And then on item G 8.1, please correct submitted by Arnie Ayala to submitted by Rhea MacGyver Gibbs. Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and now we're going to move on with presentations, and tonight is DSAC Middle School night, so I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful student board member, Natalie Baca.
Okay, so first is Destiny Lopez from Rialto Middle School.
Well done.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and our viewing audience. My name is Destiny Lopez, and I am a proud ASB Vice President at Rialto Middle School. The first half of our year was outstanding. Our honor roll assembly honored 508 students receiving an award. Our gym was full of parents, all 3 assemblies. Those same students have been invited to our first semester field trip to Scandia. Next Friday, there was always room for one more if you feel like you need a ride, a roller coaster with the best of the best. Our Tiger Avid hosted a magic show magic show last week as their yearly family night fundraiser. A full house was entertained with magic, comedy, games, snacks. Proceeded the event, making it great night for our families. Builders Club has just finished their Diapers for Africa project, collecting over 400 t-shirts that will be cut and sewn into cloth diapers for children villages in Africa. This global outreach results in them being invited to a We Day by celebration in April to listen to motivational speech and concert. The first one in Southern California. We are happy to be a part of the first group. The Builders Club will also be venturing out to Warner Elementary on March 2nd for the Read Across America. We will join by the Cat in the Hat, Thing 1 and Thing 2, and we will present a book to every first grader and read to them. If you want to join them, they said they have extra hats and one more meower. Our basketball teams are showing their skills on Wednesday games, which are lucky to host some of the games. Next week we host the District Science and Engineering Fair in our gym. Come early as parking spots tend to fill up. See if you have a spot saved with parking cones. I can do that, because I'm vice president and stuff, so don't worry. We love filling you in on what's happening in RMS, but I gotta run. I have a Valentine's Day dance tonight, and and I gotta get an outfit ready. No ASB jersey for this dance, that's for sure. I want to thank Ms. Joffrey and our DSAC presentation for our DSAC presentation today. Dr. Daniel E. Walker, a renowned filmmaker, scholar, and really, really nice guy, spoke to our group and talked about setting goals academically, socially, and making the world a better place for everyone. Thank you for your time, and see you at the Science and Engineering Fair next week.
Thank you.
Next is Zaria Matthews from Cole Middle School.
Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and our esteemed viewing audience. I am Zaria Matthews, an 8th grader and ASB president from Cole Middle School, and we have some exciting events to share with you. Last week, we wrapped up our t-shirt collection drive in collaboration with the Links Incorporated group. The students of Cole Middle School collected over 2,000 t-shirts for this diaper project for the families of Kenya. This week, we have been selling Valentine's grams to our students and staffs. They are $3 and include 2 carnations, a note to the receiver, and a chance to win a free dance ticket. The grams will be received on Friday, February 12th. Also on Friday, February 12th, we have our Sweet Escape dance. We will be selling yummy snacks and drinks, and the students will have the opportunity to take pictures with their friends and their bae, maybe, I don't know. And lastly, Cole Middle School has 2 awesome events this first week of March. On March 1st, Cole Avid Scholars will be heading to Preston Elementary School to present at Preston's first annual Avid Community Day. Our students will be hosting a Socratic seminar activity and teaching the elementary students about binder checks. Our Builders Club will be visiting elementary schools to read for Read Across America on the March 2nd and March 3rd. We invite all of you to join us and come read with us on March 2nd and March 3rd. The night of March 3rd is also our open house. Join us for our benefit band concert. Thank you for your time, board members, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and our viewing audience. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
Next is Valerie Fragoso from Frisbee Middle School.
Good afternoon, parents and guardians, members of the board, and community members, and Dr. Avila. My name is Valerie Fragoso, and this is the ASB report for the month of February. This month has been a very busy month in planning our 4th annual Career and College Day. We at Frisbee make this a school-wide event with over 60 professionals on campus to speak and lecture about careers that we can start looking into. Another component we incorporated into our career day is a presentation from our AVID students. AVID students researched careers and colleges and presented them as a college walkthrough. The Career and College Expo Day has been a great success the past 4 years. Every year we will learn what works for us and hope the next year event is even bigger. Also, we want to wish our 11 marathon winners and 4 staff members all the best in health and luck this Sunday as they participate in the Los Angeles Marathon, where they will run 26.2 miles from the stadium to the sea. They have trained hard for 5 months and they are setting out accomplishment to the biggest test of the season. Best of luck to them. Finally, our Cancer Club will be hosting a special Valentine's Day dance this Friday. So if anybody wants to come and gather their dance on, make sure you stop by Frisbee from 3:30 to 5. And also, I would also like to thank Ms. Joffrey and Mr. Avila for the wonderful presentation we had today at DSAC. And we did learn today that if you are human and somebody has done it, you can do it. Thank you. That's all for today.
Thank you.
Next is Noelle Martin from J. Hugh Middle School.
Good evening, honorable board members, President O'Kelly, Superintendent Avila, and viewing audience. My name is Noel Marin, and I am a member of the J. Middle School ASB. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. I just got done dancing the school day away with my Valentine at our annual Sweethearts Dance. We are very busy getting ready for our 20-day test challenge so that we are all ready for the new Common Core assessment. The challenge will start February 22nd, and we are hoping to be very well prepared for the test. Miss Tori's class took first place honors in JHU's first ever Knowledge Bowl. The sixth graders are eagerly awaiting their turn to show off their knowledge too. On Friday, February 23rd, we will have a basketball pep rally, Star Wars theme. We're looking for a Darth Vader. Miss O'Kelly? No?
I'd love to.
Well, let me know if you change your mind. Come on over and check it out. It's going to reach galactic proportions. I hope you all have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lastly is Caitlin Brown from Kusera Middle School.
Good evening, viewers, honorable board members, and Superintendent Dr. Avila. My name is Caitlin Brown, and I am the ASB president at Kusera Middle School. We have just started our basketball season, and our boys basketball team beat Kolb, but unfortunately lost our second game, which was against JHU. Our girls basketball team lost both of their games, which were against Kolb and JHU, but they tried their best. Our AVID program has just finished their write-off, and the winner will be announced soon. Tomorrow, February 11th, ASB will be hosting our annual Valentine's Dance, which will be held after school from 3:15 to 5. Our next event will be Kusera's first ever pep rally to honor the basketball team and cheerleaders. Go Coyotes! In honor of Black History Month, we will hold an assembly on February 26th. Finally, our librarian will be holding an annual book fair from February 29th to March 3rd. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Thank you, Natalie. Okay, now we're going to hear about our famous Rialto High School cheer squad who won the state championship in cheerleading. So we would like Board Clerk Joe Martinez and Board Member Joe Ayala to present those certificates and have a few words to say. Girls, come on right on up here. Less taller?
The tallest one is just standing there like I'm not moving.
I was always way in the front.
I'll forever be in the front, never growing.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of spirit in the air, so with no further ado, let's get started. Throughout the course of history, students in the Rialto Unified School District have competed and achieved greatness, academically, athletically, and artistically. Whether it is a local, regional, or state title, our students work hard to accomplish their dreams. These particular students have the most spirit on campus and promote their school in the best light. Now they are reaping their rewards with a state title on January 24th, 2016. Rialto High School cheer squad placed first at the Cheer Pros State Championships at the Citizens Bank Arena in Ontario. Terrific. They have also earned a fully paid bid to the Best of the West Invitational at Cal State University, Long Beach on March 6th. So here we go again, another competition. That's great, because it involves not only the kids, but involves the families and their friends, and everybody gets to participate together. And I say this because I have a granddaughter in cheer at Yucaipa High School, and I know all the sacrifices. So the team also placed first at their regional competition and will be representing Rialto High School at the Nationals for the third year in a row during spring break. These ladies are incredible athletes who support our school at every football game, basketball game, pep rally, and many other community events, as well as training and competing in their own right, replied Miss Mrs. Christy Streff. I don't know if you want to read this, or I can read it. Oh, okay. The Rialto High School Activities Director and Cheer Squad Advisor. Our squad is always complimented on our sportsmanship, work ethic, and spirit. I'm so proud of all of them. And those are big words right there, because you can get out there and do all the hoopla, but you know what? You only run as fast as the slowest runner, and you pick up the slowest person, and that speaks loud for the community and our spirit. Rialto High School Unified School District is also proud of the Knights Cheer Squad, because just as athletes have to train and demonstrate discipline, the cheer squad is expected to do the same, all while keeping their grades up. Congratulations, Rialto High School Cheer Squad. When I call your name, please come up and accept your certificate of recognition from our Board of Education and our superintendent. So first on the list, if you would like to come up, Naomi Agredano. And where's Saida at? Saida, do you want to just keep them in line? We'll take a picture? Or?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
They're all
Next,
being videoed.
Elena Alcazar. Ashley Amaya. Kimber Bobadilla. Kirsten Brendan. Liliana Campa. Cheyenne Cardenas. This name here reminds me of the Bilbo Baggins, Precious Castile. I like it. That's great. My precious. Someone else saw the movie. Macy Charles. Carolina Diaz. Esmeralda Enriquez. Diane Gallardo. Sandra Gonzalez. Michelle Guido. Dasha Han. Or do you pronounce that Han? Deja Han. That's better. No, I won't say that one. Dana Jones. Angelina Martinez. Angelique. What was that? Not Angelina.
Angelique.
Angelique, okay. Jennifer Meneses. Kathra Rayford. Okay, I didn't say it right. I can tell. Kyra? Okay.
Yeah, it's hard, yeah.
Okay.
It took me a while.
Okay, what's this one? Raquel Rayford? Radford? Alicia Torres? Eliza? Oh, I'm sure glad we can smile and have a good time with one another, because I know I butchered a few of those names, and I apologize. So, Saida, you ready for a picture?
Yes.
I think we have everybody.
I was wondering if I can get the board behind the young ladies. I want you to stay there, because this is a great angle, but I need you to get closer. Closer. And then, ladies, just chill, just look towards here. Give me the number 1. No, you don't have to go down. 2, not down, not bend down. Yeah, there you
You
go.
got 2 more. One
You're fine.
second here.
Okay, and then if the board can please come in behind you. Get a little bit closer, girls. Like side, yeah, side, not straight, perfect. Yes, thank you. Girls on top, okay? Yeah. Do the tippy toeing.
We got two more. We got two more.
Miss Rialto?
We have two more.
Oh, sorry.
We wanted to, the school board also recognizes Christy Streff for all her hard work and coaching. Absolutely. And to the principal, Rialto High School, Arnie Ayala. And Mr. Camacho here will receive it in his place.
All get together, since this is a
Okay.
live board meeting, we can get the pictures real quick. I'm gonna get one for Twitter and Facebook, and then I'm also, Mr. Camacho, we want you in there as well, please. The more the merrier. Ladies, give me the one, number one, I like the ones in the front, you're fine. Somebody's gotta show me that state, show me the state, yeah.
Smile.
There you go. Okay, one, sir, you're gonna hate me, in the front. You just, thank you. You're like, 1, 2, 3, big smile. 1, 2, 3, and I need to get a professional one. Just stay there. These girls are professionals over there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and thank you. That was
I wish you luck in March.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That they were.
I thought they were bringing us those sweatshirts. Oh yeah, the bows. They're
I know. Aren't they cool?
I was like,
I love the blue.
yeah, right.
Okay, that was amazing, and we are very, very proud of those young ladies and wish them the best as they continue onward in their championships. Next presentation is Family Leadership Institute presentation by Linda Miner, Director, Categorical Programs and Special Programs. Ms. Miner?
And Ms. Miner's not able to be here with us today. She felt a little ill and could not join us, but Associate Superintendent Jasmine Valenzuela will proceed with the presentation.
Thank you, Mrs. Valenzuela.
You're welcome. Very welcome. Well, good evening, Board President Mrs. O'Calley, board members, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and cabinet members and the viewing audience. My name is Jasmine Valenzuela, and I am filling in for Linda Miner, who came down ill. So I am representing her presentation tonight. So what I'd like to share with you is the experience of attending the Family Leadership Institute that was held in Clark County, Nevada on December 1st through the 4th. If you recall at the Parent Summit back in October that was held in Rialto High School, Lieutenant Colonel Consuelo Castillo Kickbush was a guest speaker. And this is her program that she offers to various districts. I know Los Angeles County is working with her as well in a very effective program that is designed specifically for parents of the school community and the district community. And so with that, Said, I think we jumped. There we go. Next one. I think I have it here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in total, there were 22 participants and 8 parents from schools: Warner Elementary, Boyd Elementary, Hugh Banks Elementary, and Kolb Middle School, as well as Carter High School and Curtis Elementary, who attended this Family Institute. And also Principals Eva Serrato, Monty Stewart, and Carolyn Idy, along with 3 district representatives, which was Teresa Brown, Linda Miner, and myself. And it was a wonderful experience to see the openness that you actually gain from attending this workshop. Okay, the overview of the Family Leadership Institute. It is a multifaceted educational curriculum that focuses primarily on the family's knowledge and gives knowledge, tools, and inspiration to help the children succeed at school and in life. It instills an inspiration in the parents that their children can achieve just about anything they want to achieve. It also connects parents to various cultures because you are in a mixed group of various parents and diverse parents. Diversity is around the tables in which are being led. And also it gives the necessary help for first and second generation children to get a good start in life. And then the Family Leadership Institute curriculum helps families of, like I said, diverse ethnic, racial, and cultural backgrounds to grow not only as individuals, but also to understand the school system. And this is done through various modules. There's a total of 10 modules. It's not working, Saida? Yeah. Okay, this is overview continued. So through these modules, they learn these skills. So the modules can be done in half-day sessions, or they can be done in full-day sessions. We were there for 4 days, so we got 10 modules, a condensed version all together in 4 days. But the workshops are conducted in both English and Spanish, and each workshop contains a series of lectures, participation, storytelling, role-playing, and group and individual activities. And as you see the picture there, we have Ms. Carolyn Idy, who has a paper hat on her head, and we have the secretary from Boyd Elementary School who actually made some signs when they were doing their role-playing and presenting to the rest of the group. And as you can tell, they were really enjoying it because they're smiling. And so the 10 modules consist of, number one, first, home, where leadership begins. Parent reflection and influence of the home life. A lot of reflection on that piece and conversations. And it's really amazing how people really get in touch with their inner self and how they influence their children. Module number 2 is the self-identity, past, present, and future, making connections with one's roots and one's heritage. Module 3 is about living in two worlds, that cultural generational perspectives, bilingualism, cultural acceptance, and family pride. The next slide, module number 4, again, is about storytelling and journaling, valuing literacy through family history. So parents actually see the value of literacy, early literacy, and continued literacy, and higher order thinking, looking at their family history and sharing their experiences. Module number 5, understanding that education is the key to a better future. And parents focus on essential roles of education in the economic, social, and intellectual well-being of their children. And also look at facts and national statistics on reading and mathematics that are presented for various ethnicities. Also, module number 6, they actually, the module is complete, not completed, but also part of the complete module is actually going on a field trip. And what does success look like? Giving parents that exposure that their child can achieve and go to higher education and really be college and career ready once they graduate high school. Module number 7 is about improving family and school relationships, partners for success, a future understanding of policies, regulations, and procedures, and why school operations run the way they do. Module number 8 is facing challenges at home, coping strategies for success. The module number 8 gives the why of how school operations are connected to home operations and how we receive children trained and ready for school the way the family sends them to school. And how do those two worlds look like? And how could the family help our schools in communicating and building those relationships with our students? Module number 9 is creating an actual family plan. So it's very personalized because parents actually, after having all this reflection, build their own roadmaps to success. So it not only affects the one student they're thinking about in a particular school, but even their younger children, their children who have already graduated, and these growing personally through this experience. And then finally, number 10, celebrating family academic success as a way of life. Showing parents that even the smallest celebrations of academic progression, no matter if your student is a special education student or a GATE student or an average student, there is a lot to celebrate in your child, and there's a lot that that child brings to the family. And so it really grows a person to value their children, and in return valuing what districts and schools try to succeed, try to instill in their children. So it really becomes a partnership. So the objective here, of course, is the Institute is to teach parents and caregivers, family leaders skills in support of academic achievement. And the goal here is to promote life success for parents and their children by using this practical 10-step approach. It also touches very heavily on the social emotional needs of students and parents and their relationships with schools, teachers, and school personnel. The goals of the program is to increase engagement in the family's education and provide purpose, tools, and direction to parents and their children to achieve success in life. It really gives a lot of different perspectives because it's good to share your story and it's good to hear other people's family story. And so we measure ourselves when we hear those stories and we think, you know, my family's pretty great. Or you think, you know what, I empathize with you. I didn't think of going in that direction with my child. So parents really make close connections with one another. And Lieutenant Colonel Kickbush has a really unique way of relating to people's backgrounds and getting people to open up. I mean, sometimes it became very emotional at the table because it's almost sometimes for parents is a confession to say, I don't know and I need help on what to do. Or I do know and this is what I've done. And so it really becomes parents helping parents and parents teaching parents. And parents actually discover the qualities and the power they have within themselves to help their children succeed. So we're going to watch a short little video on this so you can hear some testimonies, and then I'll take questions thereafter.
I believe that it is very helpful. It brings together superintendents, it brings together principals, parents, staff members, board members, and it brings us all to one playing field, which is all level.
No es un secreto que necesitamos cambiar nuestro corazón para empezar a tocar los corazones de los niños, hacer cambios que son urgentes en nuestro distrito.
We as a family, a school community, benefited from this institute because it reinforced the importance of communication and family connections with the school.
The program helps you to understand how to work with people, and it's not only about family leadership but also about personal leadership, and that is important to help other students.
I believe it is the goal to make successful children, not only in life but academically, and I believe that this program brings in that type of vibe between the parents and the school.
Si siembras amor, no habrá guerra. Necesitamos más comprensión, más amor.
And I want to say thank you to Dr. Avila for the gorgeous idea that he had for this program for parents and staff, and also want to thank you, Mrs. Valenzuela and Mrs. Minor, for the guide that they give us over there and for their all attentions. Thank you.
And I look forward to implementing this as we already have. Thank you very much.
So that is the entire group that attended right there, rather quick. But as you see, parents feel very proud. We were there just 4 days, but I can imagine once you complete all 10 modules, the building up and the self-esteem and the confidence that goes into building up the parents on how to improve on their parenting skills, how to communicate and understand what their teenager or adolescent is going through. And also it helps build the relationship between the school, the home and school community. So very beneficial and very helpful. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Kelly.
So where is it going from here?
Well, that's a question. I know that Dr. Avila can address that.
So at this point, we do have Consuelo Kickbush doing a follow-up with the 4 schools that participated. She's going to now work with the teams along with additional parents from each of the 4 schools that participated to develop their annual plan. Because really, as the title indicates, this is a leadership program. It builds capacity. As mentioned previously, we know that the training itself could be seen as a little pricey, but the investment on return that we get in building that capacity for years to come is unmeasurable. And so the next session includes the follow-up with those 4 schools. We then have, on a volunteer basis, we're going to extend the program to a number of other sites so that by this time next year, our goal is to have every site participating in this program.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Valenzuela. Okay, at this time, we're going to go on with public comments from the floor. Any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Are there any, Dr. Avila?
Yes, we have several items not on the agenda. First one is Mark Moran. Yes.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Moran with the Teamsters Joint Council 42. We represent workers, union jobs. The reason I'm here today is I don't know if you guys have career days in your high schools. If you do, I would like to set up a table there and educate the kids. Because not all students are college bound. There's students like myself that didn't go to college and have to rely on good jobs. You have children at a young age, which I did, and I had good benefits and made good money, a good job without going to college because it wasn't my choice. So I also want to educate the kids. There's a large majority of them out there that are in the same situation that I was in when I was younger. So with that being said, it's just that's my goal. I did it at Colton High School last year, and it worked out really well. For example, I got 2 minutes left. I got a 17-year-old son. His best friend's 18 years old. I go, you're not going to college? He goes, nah, I'm just going to start working. I go, where are you working at? McDonald's. I go, you know what, let me give you a plan here real quick, and this will work good for you. I go apply part-time at UPS, which is a union job. You'll be part-time, making $11 an hour, but you'll have benefits. Then from there, you work your way up to full-time, which is like $26 an hour. It takes about 4 years to get to that package truck where you can make almost 100 grand a year. You can raise a family on that. So these are just options that I want to educate the younger high school students on, that they're out there. If they work at a non-union facility that exploits a lot of these workers that I deal with on a daily basis, they have their federal right to form a union there as well. I want to educate them on that as well. So pretty much that's all I'm here for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I have your contact information. We definitely can benefit from this offering, so I'll forward this to the appropriate staff to be in contact with you.
Do we have any more?
Yes, we have 2 more. Next, we have Mr. Scott Sparks, our principal from Eisenhower.
Good evening, board. My name is Scott Sparks, principal Eisenhower High School. Last week, the NFL had its 50th Super Bowl, and in honor of their 49 Super Bowls, they gave golden footballs out to players from their high schools. They gave them to high schools from players that played in the Super Bowl. Eisenhower was lucky to get 3 of these footballs. Wow. There was only 435 given out in California. There were only just a little over 2,000 schools in the United States to receive footballs. Actually, 2 states did not receive footballs at all. Maine only received 1 football. So
that's because they're eating lobster.
Not enough, I guess, to be honest. I did bring 1 football. I wanted to make sure that I actually brought the one that Ronnie Lott has.
Yay.
And I just passed it on. We received 1 for Ronnie Lott, who played in 3 Super Bowls. 4 Super Bowls, I apologize. Craig Newsom, who played for the Green Bay Packers in 1 Super Bowl. And David Lang, who played for the Cowboys in 1 Super Bowl. And so I wanted to make, these will be on display at Eisenhower High School for anybody who would want to come see them. They have been under lock and key, to be honest with you, because they are so, to us, so valuable.
Right.
I got Mr. Garcia right here. He's watching. Eisenhower
That's
grad.
awesome. I, by the way, have an autographed jersey from Ronnie Lott because when I was principal of Eisenhower, we invited, renamed the Eisenhower Stadium Ronnie Lott Stadium because Ronnie Lott graduated from Eisenhower High School. So, very proud.
I'd also like to speak in athletics because athletics costs money, and we want to make sure the kids get everything that they deserve and need. We are holding an inaugural golf tournament just for Mr. Ayala. And so we want to make sure.
Just for me, I get it.
We want to make sure we invite the board to that.
Check out too.
Exactly. Make out that check and. Want to make sure it is on a day, a Friday.
Absolutely.
But we want to make sure that you are invited as well as everybody in the board. So, all right.
Go along.
Mr. Sparks, I'd like to toot Eisenhower's horn one more time. I was so pleased to find out Eisenhower High School and the Rialto Fire Department set a huge record because they trained over 2,100 Eisenhower students in compression CPR on campus. So those kids know how to do compression CPR. Would you like to add to that, Mr. Sparks?
Yes, Chief Farrar of the Rialto Fire Department came in as with AMR, came over and had this lofty goal of training some of our students. They had about a goal about 700, 800. They were pretty excited about that. And I said, why don't we just do the whole school? Let everybody. So with the help of Miss Crystal Enriquez, who is an awesome ASB director, made sure that we got every single English teacher in there to do compression CPR. So if you have a heart attack at Eisenhower High School, you are safe. Compression CPR is not your normal CPR. They are just doing the compression. They do not give rescue breaths. As it was told to me, that doing the compression CPR circulates blood, continues to circulate blood until the paramedics can arrive. They feel that 30% of lives can be saved for just doing compression CPR. And so a lot of times no one wants to put their mouth on somebody else's mouth, but just doing the compression CPR will save lives. So.
Or at a high school, everyone wants to put their mouth on somebody's mouth. So
we try
you
to
have
watch
out for that too.
I'll do it.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sparks. We are very proud.
Next, we have Mr. David Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Avila, board members. I would like to continue the arm twisting for Mr. Sparks and like to see some of you guys out there at the golf tournament, or at least you can write the check. That helps too, because we are trying to raise money. So I come to you. I haven't been here for a while, and when Sayeda saw me walk in the door, she asked me what's wrong. I have been working on the traffic and safety at Dollahan Elementary going on 2 years. And I have worked with Chief Leary. I have worked with the school safety staff since my daughter's been at that school, and I have not seen any remarkable improvement. It is up until just recently when I asked the safety officer who's assigned to our campus to keep parents moving in the thoroughfare so they're not blocking fire zones and they're not blocking if emergency vehicles need to come through and service one of the students there. He told me they don't listen to me. I have no authority. So I walked up with my 3-year-old in hand to a parent and asked her, "Ma'am, you are double parked. You are blocking the roadway. Please move." She looked at me and I said, "Can you please move?" She moved. I turned around to this officer, said, "No badge, no uniform, no spiffy car." I just asked her to do something. She did it. When I picked up my daughter today, people were double, triple parked. You couldn't get a bicycle through there, let alone an emergency vehicle. I asked Chief Leary to come out last week and meet with me at dismissal to show him exactly what I'm talking about. Because I was assuming something's getting lost in translation here. We're not understanding. 20 minutes before the meeting that we had pre-set up, he canceled on me. He didn't call and he didn't say, "Hey Dave, I'm busy, can we do this another day?" He just canceled. If you guys want to know why I go to the blog, if you guys want to know why I go to the press, is because of situations like this. I am here today because I've worked the system to death. And now I am leaning on our elected officials who say that our children are important to help me do something. Rialto PD has a multi-agency traffic enforcement that's going to be going through starting next week to our schools. I went to Sergeant Nelson to make sure that Dollingham was part of that. I cannot be the only person advocating for safety in our schools. It's not my job. I'm a parent. I know I carry a lot of weight with my advocacy. I'm a parent. I'm not paid to do this. Somebody's got to step up and do their job. I appreciate the public safety. I know a lot of the guys, they do a great job, but when someone tells me they can't even make an advisal because people don't listen to them, that doesn't fly with me. Thank you.
That's all we have for items not on the agenda.
Okay, any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
We do. We have Mr. David Phillips.
I should have just stayed up here. So as I say, when you're complaining, you can't always complain. You've got to say nice things too. I am here to throw myself behind the charter school that Diana McGee is hoping to bring to the City of Rialto. I have worked with Diana on community projects throughout the last few years. I've looked at the overall goal of her charter school and what she is looking to bring to Rialto, and I see a lot of benefit there. As someone who has a family member who works in regional education here in the City of Rialto, I see the severe deficits of our children who are not going to go to college. Not every kid, I know we all want them all to, but not every kid's going to go to college. We need kids who are fix our cars, the plumbers, the air conditioning guys. A charter school like Diana's that offers kids college and career readiness is vital for our kids. I looked at the agenda, I looked at the issues. I am pledging that I will work hand in hand with Diana to make sure that you do not have any problems with this charter school. I will make sure that everything I can do to help make this a shining example for the City of Rialto and the Rialto Unified School District. I will make sure that happens. I am pledging my support to make sure that you guys are not embarrassed by anything. It's a wonderful lady with a wonderful idea, and I support her wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Next, we have Daniel Willis.
Okay, good evening, board members. My name is Danielle Willis. I'm a board member for the Black Chamber of Commerce in Lynn Empire. I, too, am a friend and supporter of Diana McKee and Transforming Lives Charter School. This thing is a little too high. There we go. I wanted to speak on behalf of one of the co-founders, Nicholas Perez, who could not be here tonight, and share his sentiments and support as well. So he wants to thank you for allowing his statement to be heard via proxy. Ms. McKee and Transforming Lives Charter School, in my opinion, is going to be an indispensable addition to the already great Rialto School District. Ms. McKee has literally put blood, sweat, and tears into designing a curriculum that both satisfies district requirements and simultaneously provides a cutting-edge option for students as they are today and in the future. With that being said, Transforming Lives is designed to deliver all the aforementioned needs to its future students. In current times, there are so many ways students and young people can go and still have a fulfilling, meaningful, impactful life. The standard thought process of public or private, then UC or state college is outdated. Each step in life has a multitude of pathways leading from it, and as these young people deviate, it's our responsibility to monitor, but provide a positive, productive, individualized, and if possible, customized turning point for these deviations. Now I'm going to go and say, because I am an educator as well, and I've worked with several youth in the Riverside Unified School District and abroad in the arts and a lot of kids that I've reached out to that really need that extra hand and that heart. And so from my personal heart and testament to Diana, I want to see Rialto taken to the next level for the youth. And wouldn't you want someone that has the heart and has the passion and has the spirit that God has given her to make something like this happen? I know I would. Thank you.
That's all we have.
Okay. Now we can move on to comments from association executive board members. Do we have someone here from REA? Ms. Lindberg.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. Good evening, board. Good evening, Dr. Avila. I wanted to give a shout out to one of our teachers at Rialto High School. I paid a visit to their school this week, and I found out that one of the special education teachers, Deb Bunger, she teaches multiple handicap there, did a great thing for the military veteran members on her staff. She worked with Quilts of Valor Foundation, and they brought 15 quilts to 15 military veterans that work at that school on that staff and presented them and literally draped them over the shoulders of these men and women. And she said, yes, it was fantastic. And she said, I saw grown men cry, she said. So I wanted to give Deb Bunger the credit for that. She thought it up. She brought it to Principal Ayala. He gave it the okay. And I'm sorry I missed the ceremony. I knew nothing about it. It's on the RUSD Facebook page. I put it on our REA Facebook page too, but I just wanted to give her a shout out on that. And also, in regards to any charter school that should come to Rialto Unified School District, I would be more than happy to welcome a charter school and the teachers at that charter school into our association to make sure they are working under a union contract with full health benefits that our teachers currently enjoy and the full salary schedule that we have negotiated for our teachers in Rialto. So if any charter were to come to Rialto, I would more than welcome those teachers into our association. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a representative here from California School Employees Association, CSEA, who wants to speak tonight? No? How about the Communication Workers of America? No? Okay. And Rialto School Managers Association? No? Okay. Now we move on to comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. A couple of things that I attended. Since our last meeting, I did attend the annual Superintendent Symposium in Monterey to network with over 1,000 superintendents from throughout the state and some who come from outside the state, as well as some of the leading experts in many of the trending topics currently facing education. I did have the opportunity to see some of the great things that are happening in other parts of the country, in other parts of the state. And really, I can tell you that many of the things that we are doing here at many of our sites are on par with some of those model practices that are taking place in education throughout. There are some areas, obviously, for improvement, but I can tell you that Rialto is not far behind in really setting the tone of education into the 21st century. I was also invited to attend the Rialto High School Special Needs teacher, Ms. Deborah Bungner, whom Lisa just quickly referenced. I did have the opportunity to shake hands with each of the recipients. And just for clarity, the quilts that were presented were not generic. They were specifically tailored for each of the military branches to really reflect the valor and the principles of each of the military. It was a very moving ceremony, very humble ceremony in the library, but very touching and really filled with gratitude for those who have served our country. And as I shared, they served our country on the battlefield, but they also serve our country in our classrooms,
Right.
which is double service, and we get a double value for what they have to provide. So many thanks to those recipients who were there at the Quilts of Valor Foundation event. Also on the 2nd, I was invited to attend the Rialto Middle School's Family Night. I was apparently voted as the person whom our parents at the school wanted to hear from as their guest speaker. And so I did have the opportunity to share. They wanted to know who is our superintendent. So they wanted to know a little bit about me and my family, my history, and what I bring to this district. And the focus of my presentation really had to do with motivating them and the kids to really do what it is that they set themselves to do. I done this presentation in other settings, and I show them a picture of me, the picture that you see in the on our webpage with me in a suit, and I ask them what is it that that suit brings to mind, what is it that that picture, that image brings to mind. And I've gotten responses across the spectrum from handsome, intelligence, hard work,
modesty,
and many, many other comments that I get from parents and from kids. But I always lead them to, what do you think my life was like just based on that image? And of course, those who don't know me think, traditional family, wealthy family, educated family, and all these things that they associate with an image of a suit and tie. So then I proceed with my presentation to let them know that whether or not that suit reflects one of 9 siblings, a sibling who lived in a converted garage through age 15, a sibling who learned English as a second language, who grew up in Compton with a lot of opportunities to go in a different direction than what I chose to do. Someone who was very, very poor and faced constant challenges day in and day out, navigating the streets of the community that I was raised in. And the point that I tried to make is that regardless of what their kid's situation might be like right now, if they really put their mind to it and if they take the right steps and align themselves to the proper resources, it is possible for them to live their dream, for them to pursue a career in whatever it is that they want to be successful at. It is possible. The zip code, our current situation, the zip code that we live in should not determine what our dream will be like. And so I know that just because I made it doesn't mean that everybody can make it, because everybody has different sets of challenges. But again, with hard work and a plan and a vision, it is possible to realize those dreams that they have. That's the message that I really wanted to share. And many of the parents wanted to speak with me after the presentation because they wanted to share how it resonated with their situation and how appreciative they were that I was able to connect and relate to them on that level. So many thanks to Principal Ria, who invited me to attend, and her administrative team who was there to support as well. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to attend our DSAC with our students, those who presented earlier today. And we were really treated to a salute to Black History, to a Black History luncheon with our guest speaker, phenomenal guest speaker, Dr. Daniel E. Walker, who comes with an extensive curriculum on the personal and professional level. He electrified the students with his positive energy and success stories. Thank you, Dr. Walker, for driving all the way from Long Beach to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours with our young boys and girls who were extremely motivated by the contents of his discussion. And I can honestly say that I too was moved, because as he spoke, many of the core values and principles that he reflected on and shared with the students are those that really drove me into a career in education as well. So I personally want to thank him, Dr. Daniel E. Walker, for the wisdom that he shared with us today. Tomorrow, along with our secondary principals and several district administrators, will visit Downey High School and Clark Magnet High School in Glendale to gain insight into their model career technical education pathway programs. as part of our district's effort to benchmark best practices in these particular areas and to bring that insight into the conversation here as we begin to really build on the quality of our programs in the district. A similar visit will be made to the Long Beach Unified School District later this month. They do have one of the best career pathways programs in the entire state. They do have 4 pathways that every high school offers the same curriculum so that no kid misses out on any opportunity offered through its program. And so we want to learn the successes that they've achieved over the last, it's taken them 11 years to really solidify their program, but at this point, every kid starting with 2017 will graduate from one of the 4 pathways. That's something that we want to be able to learn from. And later tomorrow evening, we'll return from Glendale, and along with the members of cabinet, I will be attending the Academic Decathlon Awards Banquet held at the National Orange Show. I believe we have 2 teams from Rialto High School that will be recognized at the event. Finally, our RUSD alumnus, kudos. We would like to recognize Ms. Tara Duncan, a 1999 graduate of Eisenhower High School. She is the executive producer of the Emmy Award show Orange is the New Black. The 33-year-old Loyola Marymount University graduate said that she has been writing scripts since, quote, I was in elementary school. Congratulations on your accomplishments, Ms. Duncan. We wish you your continued success. And lastly, I'm going to deviate briefly from my small book with the 50 big ideas and only share because we've talked about dreams, and as I shared with excuse me, the parents at Rialto Middle School last week, and today Dr. Walker reminding the students to really go after their dreams regardless of who they are. One of our students who presented quoted him, and Dina, Ms. Walker, correct me if I'm wrong, but she said if another human has done it, it's you can do it. And so I want to just briefly quote my favorite author, Octavio Paz, who's Mexico's most renowned writer. He's also the recipient of the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1990. And he has one very brief quote that I use as part of my motto, and he says, deserve your dream. So it's not just dreaming, you have to deserve your dream. And so I want to share that with the audience and especially with our students to make sure that dreaming is okay, but you need to deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Avila, and I think that it was a wonderful idea for you to share your story, and I think maybe your story would help our high school students too, so we need to work on that.
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we move on to comments from members of the Board of Education, and we are going to start with lovely Natalie.
Okay, so I was also going to talk about the quote that Miss Valerie Fregoso said earlier. And I think a lot of the time we doubt ourselves. Can I do this? Am I too young? Am I too old? Am I capable of ... And that quote kind of eases that doubt because we're capable of anything. And if we see that someone has done it before, we just as well can accomplish that and achieve what we want to and what we set our minds to. And not only that, I think even if someone hasn't achieved or accomplished what you want to and you haven't seen that done yet, find the passion within yourself to do that and be the first one to accomplish what you set your mind to, and not just wait around for somebody else to do it and then feel like, okay, since I've seen that, now I can do it. You have to be able to do it yourself also. And yes, it's great to look up to others, but also be confident in the power that you have to achieve those goals. Not only that, he talked about it's not so much the titles that you gain and the success that you have, but it's what you do with that. And Dr. Avila talked about that. It's about deserving it. You want to be able to know that not only did I achieve these titles, these goals, but during the process, I deserved what I did because I helped others, or I was able to achieve them and I never gave up. I was determined. And I think the helping others part is a really big thing. I, at my school, was nominated for most successful, but I don't only want to be remembered for the successes that I had and this position that I was thankfully given. I want to be remembered that I was able to make a difference within my community and help others And that's just something that I think we need to reflect on, like be able to live a legacy and be remembered for that. And remember that we can achieve our goals no matter what. And if it hasn't been done, find it within yourself to achieve that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Natalie. You make us so proud.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on with Board Member Ayala.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. Good evening, staff and community. One of my passions is sharing experiences and stories about my own family. And, you know, I think about how important it is to help our kids with their passions. And they're there. They're deep within them. And sometimes they need a little shove to help them to find out who they are. Because, you know, our kids, if they're quiet and they're not doing anything, they need some opportunities. So just to share, these opportunities don't have to be on a large scale. One of my grandkids needed help with a foam project. And I said, foam? Well, yeah, just bring it over and we'll do whatever you want to do with the foam. You know, and I want to qualify something. As long as the passions are illegal or they're not hurting anybody, then by all means, let's support our kids. Sometimes they need a little guidance. So I didn't know what he's going to do with the foam. Well, he wants to make a surfboard. Well, so we started Googling surfboards and what do you do, how do you make a surfboard? It was a lot more expensive building a surfboard than going out and buying one, but that's okay because he's excited. And now he's got a friend who's excited about the surfboard. They're not done with it. Okay, now we take the other three little ones. In fact, there's somebody, here we go, Diana McGee was there at the event. And so I brought three little ones and two girls to a hardball baseball clinic. They go, Papa, we don't play baseball. And I said, that's okay. Let's just go and we'll get a free hamburger. And so, but, you know, they need a little guidance. They got out there on the field. They weren't throwing hard balls at them. They were throwing wiffle balls at them. But they said, hey, can we come back next year? I could see that they got excited. It got them away out of the house, out of TV. But to be fair, if you're a parent and you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, where do you find time to take your kids? Ah, there's grandparents, right? Okay, it takes that village to raise a child. There's resources out there. Then you have the schools. But let's not lose on those opportunities to help our kids to find their passions. When we were talking about dreams. Because when our kids, when we help them to find their passions, we're helping them to find themselves. And no matter how old, how young, our kids will always need us. They're going to need our support. And, you know, I know I'm speaking out here to the choir, but you know what? But if we spread the word and we think about those children that are too quiet, that's because they haven't had enough exposure. They need somebody to push them just a little bit and let them know that it's safe. They're not going to be hit by that hard ball. Take them out, have some fun. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Let's move to Board Member Mr. Montes.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. First of all, I just would like to say good evening, buenas noches. Buenas noches to you too. I wanted to also give kudos to Principal Sparks for some really good things he's been doing over at his school. To piggyback on some of the other stuff we already talked about, he had an honor roll assembly after school last Thursday that I attended. Me and my wife been really getting on the twins to you know to work hard and make honor roll, and they did. So so not only you know I was there as a parent, you know, first and foremost, but it was nice to see as a board member. It was nice to see how many parents were there. There was more parents than students, which was I was surprised for high school. You know, for an assembly, for an awards for high school, you don't really see that many parents out there. You think most parents say, hey, well, my kids are big, you know, they'll be okay with a pat on the back. But the gymnasium was the side, one side was for the parents, one side was for the students. The parent side was so full that they had to overflow parents onto the student side. And I thought it was really nice that he's got that type of parent engagement at his school that we want to see at all of our schools. You know, that we know statistically will help the students, our students, the more their parents are involved in, you know, in participating in their schools and in their education. So I wanted to give him kudos for that, and I believe his athletic director also hit me up about the golf tournament that they were going to come today and pitch to the board and the community here. I think it's an awesome event. Hey, you know, anything that we can do to sponsor, the community can do to sponsor our students and help our schools is great. And what better than something like golf, which some of the board members here are avid golfers. To participate in. I also wanted to just thank Dr. Avila and his cabinet for going to your guys' going to extracurricular activities like the family night at Rialto Middle School. You guys are going tomorrow to the academic decathlon. I think it's awesome. I think it's good. It shows our community. It shows the parents that you guys care. You're not just a suit for the district, you know, but you're also engaged in what's going on, what the kids are doing, what our district's doing. So kudos to you and your cabinet, Dr. Avila. Keep up the good work. Keep getting out there. Big thanks to Miss Gibbs, the principal at Rialto Middle School. My kids don't go there no more. Maybe the baby will once he's old enough, but I miss that school. I miss the people over there. I miss that principal, and I know they're doing good things. So I just want to tell them to keep up the good work. I don't have a whole lot to ramble about tonight, but in regards to the quote that was shared earlier, I agree with our student board member, Natalie. Don't just stop at trying to accomplish something that someone's already accomplished. You know, there's a lot of people that have been the very first person, the very first man, the very first woman to have accomplished something great or an amazing feat. You know, so let's you know, if someone's done it or somebody's already been there before, we know we can do it too. But let's also not be afraid to, you know, step into uncharted territory. I know Dr. Avila was kidding around and bragging about, you know, the compliments he gets and stuff earlier, but you know, one of the things that I heard that I wanted to share was one of the things that great men or great women have in common. Not all of them, not all great people in this world have suffered, but a great many of them. What it takes to make for. If you study what a great person, their life, a lot of them have suffered in one way or another tremendously. So for Dr. Avila to go up to the family night and share with the parents that he was poor, he grew up poor, he grew up in a low-income community, he had, you know, hardships, extreme hardships, and aside from all of that, to still succeed and supersede the expectations that were placed on him, and for him to be where he's at today, it just shows that there are a lot of people out there that are great, and they might have been born rich, or they might have had life easy, and they're still great. Like Moses in the Bible was raised by a pharaoh and had, you know, a kingdom, and he was still a great person. The majority of the people still that become great are people who had really difficult lives one way, or suffered great suffering. So with that, I just wanted to share that for whatever reason. And I also want to thank the Teamsters for coming out here tonight. We really appreciate it. We want the business community, and we want the workforce community. We want all of the different communities that make up the fabric of this school district, of this city, of this community, to feel welcome to come anytime, and work with us on any ways that we can to better not only the education of our children, but the lives of our children. And like you said, we realize and we know that not all of our students are going to go to college, or not all of them want to go to college. And we really do appreciate you guys coming and reaching out to us and letting our students know that, hey, look, even if it's during college, they can have decent jobs, you know, because it is never too late to go to college. And speaking from experience, you know, I'm not finished with college, but it's never too late myself, but it's never too late to go back to college. And I just wanted to share that with you guys and with everybody out there. So thank you for coming tonight, and pass my time to the next person.
Thank you, Mr. Montes.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to Board Clerk, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. You know, I listened to all these great speakers, young and not so young, and I really am thrilled to have Natalie speak so well. And I listened to all our DSAC students, and I want to thank Saida Joffrey because I see the students developing, and I see them becoming good, comfortable speakers. They have great poise as speakers, is how I've notated it. In doing so, in listening to everybody, I just kind of jotted down notes, including the Teamsters, which I'll hold towards the end here. But it is easier if we find a role model or a mentor, as our DSAC students have done. It makes it a little easier because somebody's already cut through and developed the pattern. They can say it's easier to do it this way. But one of the messages that continues to resonate with me about our school district, but mostly about the students, and not only this district but nationwide, is they don't understand the need for what Kolb calls grit, or Dullahan calls leadership, or Boston University calls persistence, or John Maxwell calls modeling success. And I'm taken back to the author of The Orange is the New Black. And I also remember one of my musical role models, Glenn Fry, who left us recently. But one of his quotes went something like, I didn't know how to write songs. I didn't know what it took was elbow grease. That first you had to sit down and you had to do it 20 times and take a little break, then do it 20 more times. And he took the role modeling of Jackson Brown, who happened to live underneath him in a lower basement. But the key is that he learned that it takes persistence and it takes continuous imposition on your time and your energies. It's not that you're going to go to the microwave and out comes a diploma just like popcorn. It takes persistence year after year, day after day. Not everyone is going to college, so I encourage all our young people or old people to look for certificate programs, to look to union leaders, to look to alternative educations, because if there's a desire to learn, you have to fuel that desire, you have to feed that desire, and that may be music, it may be whatever, carpentry or electronics. I look to leaders that went before me. I look at you as a union brother because I've been in IBEW and communications workers. And I loved them. I taught a lot. I learned a lot. CSEA modeled for me what it took to be a school board member. The school board over where I came from modeled that there were certain behavior patterns that worked better than others. When I ran for board, we ran for board, no one was wearing suit and tie. Yet my mentor was wearing a suit and tie, so I said it worked for him. And because of suit and tie, you gain some respect, but you lose some people at the other end because they can't relate to the suit and tie. So when I'm out in public, I'm, t-shirt grubbies, and sometimes they catch me unshaven. As I tell other people, I'm just Joe, but I'm the best Joe I can be, and that's what I ask everyone to be, the best person you can be, and our young one over here is modeling that. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. And now, Board Vice President, Ms. Walker.
Thank you. I'm just, today I really was like, oh, we're gonna get out of here early. And then I was like, oh, set the timer on me. I'm gonna take no more than 3 minutes. And then because of those of you who do know me, understand you don't set the timer on me. So those of you who know me, I'm very passionate, very emotional, especially about education and advocacy and things of that sort. And just hearing Natalie just speak, and when I just want to correct something when she talked about the opportunity that she was given, that we gave her to sit on this board, and we didn't do that. You earned it. And whatever, I always understand that whatever is for you will be for you, regardless of the obstacles and the barriers that come about, because the whole process of her getting here, we sat her late because we wanted to make sure the process was right for all students to get here, and she still came out on top. She was by her peers as well, and the people on the interview panel. So let's give you a hand, first and foremost. Because you have to understand that in your place in life that it is about deserving, and you deserved it and you earned it. So that's there, girl power. So next thing is just, this is February, Black History Month. So for those of you who don't know that yet, you haven't been in school in California because February is Black History Month. Let's learn about Martin Luther King. So Dr. Walker spoke this morning to the DSAC students, and I happened to come in and sit in, and he talked about the fact that he was not going to talk about, that his whole thing is that he doesn't talk about people that are dead, because history is now and living, and he and everybody in the world is making history now. So he wants to always talk about people that he's connected to, that he's met, those kinds of things. And so just in that, I just challenge, I guess, everybody to really think about along those lines, because there's always opportunity. Humans can do it, you can do it. Humans haven't done it yet, but you can envision it, you can still put it, because somebody has to always be the first, right? Somebody has to be the first. I learned something, I don't know if I'm going to share it all the way about our illustrious Dr. Avila. His name, have you shared this publicly? Is it okay? Cool. Okay. So today he talked about, and the whole thing was about history and who you are and where you come from, and then learning about yourself and the whole thing. And Dr. Avila shared that his name, Cuauhtemoc, was, I already know it's a powerful Aztec name. I'm like, ooh. When we interviewed him, I was like, he's okay. I'm not gonna give him all of that. I'm gonna be cool, But I knew he had a powerful name already. So today, when Dr. Walker got finished and he was talking about that, and Dr. Avila shared about the fact that it was a professor in college, because this whole thing is about education, right? You got to go to college because you expand your horizons. Also, get your financial aid in. March 2nd is the deadline. So everybody in the viewing audience, get your kids FAFSA done. So he just shared the fact that in college, it was this professor, it was Dr. Brown, right? Dr. Brown at Compton College, that he took this class, and somebody asked about what was a Chicano in the class, and he's just in there like, well, I'm just in here. And then the professor pointed at him and he said, it's that kid like that. That's a Chicano. And he was saying, oh, what's a Chicano? I don't even know. I'm not a Chicano. I don't know, right? At this point in time, he's still young. So it took him upon himself. He then began to read about what that meant and the history behind it. And because of that, his connection to his history, that he changed his name to this powerful name from his history. So to understand how significant history is, going back again, this is Black History Month, but to understand how important history is, now I'm going to my political side and my advocacy side. That there is a movement in California around ethnic studies in schools. And why is it so important? Because especially for students of color, it gives them the opportunity to see themselves in the history and learning and education. So it's not just Black History Month, we learn about Martin Luther King again, right. Slavery again, for a day, right? It's not just Cesar Chavez, the one day. Cinco de Mayo, we'll have a party. It's not that. It's about learning historical facts and integrated into American culture and society and where we all fit. And to understand that here's an opportunity for us folks that vote to go in and support these bills that are going around ethnic studies because, and this is the data point, this is student achievement. So in San Francisco, school districts, they have now 3 schools in the San Francisco district have actually piloted and went through and done some longitudinal looks at what happens with those students that took those ethnic studies classes. They were 2 times as likely to get better, 2 times as likely to say then they were going to go to college, meaning commitment in high school. Their grades were significantly increased by the students, the cohort that they were compared against, that their grades had significantly increased. Same grades before, everything, but their grades had significantly increased. And then their student engagement, meaning how much they felt that they valued this school and this opportunity, totally increased. And so to understand that just by having this one class, so that they can actually talk about culture and history as it relates to them as students of color, or not, just learning about other cultures, significantly impacted their educational experience. So really, to be able to say that this is February, this is Black History Month, but this is an opportunity for us to all do something active around our own history and our own development. So the first thing I would say is that do something. So it's Black History Month. This is February 10th. We still got like 28. No, we've got 18. Yeah, 19 because it's 29 days.
okay,
So we got 19 days to do something around Black history. If you don't do that, share something that you already know. We all know if we went to school in California, something about Martin Luther King. So share that for somebody you don't, who you think may not know. Who knows, whatever. And if nothing else, learn something new. Learn something new, and that can be passive, that can be on the internet, do whatever, but learn something new about Black history. And hopefully that will inspire you to support some other things so the other young people have the opportunity to learn more about their culture and history. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walker.
Yeah, 29 days.
Okay, well, again, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And I'd like to say I was very excited that Principal Scott Sparks showed up with the gold footballs. That's quite an honor for one high school in a rather small town to have received 3 of those gold footballs for having players that played in the Super Bowl. That's very, very exciting. When I watched the Super Bowl, go Denver, last weekend, as I'm watching the players, I'm thinking, you know, what high schools did they go to and how proud their schools are watching them play right now. Well, Valentine's Day is this Sunday, and I must say, I am the only one on this board representing. I have my red roses on. No. Well, it's not really. It's close. All right, so I thought it'd be fun to share some fun facts about Valentine's Day. For your information, about 1 billion Valentine's Day cards are exchanged each year. It's second only to Christmas as a holiday for giving cards. And that's in the United States. More than 36 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolates are sold for Valentine's Day each year. About 8 billion of those little candy hearts, they call them conversation hearts, about 8 billion of those will be produced this year. And worldwide, over 50 million long-stemmed roses are grown for Valentine's Day each year. So Valentine's Day is big industry. And then I thought this was a unique fact. In the Middle Ages, young men and women would put their names into a bowl, and then they would draw a name. And whatever name they drew, they had to wear that person's name on their sleeve for 1 week. And this was the beginning of the saying, he or she wears his heart on his sleeve, because it's showing the feelings. I thought that was very cute. That started back in the Middle Ages, and that was how they celebrated Valentine's Day. And we're going to move on. I want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day and a happy 2 weeks until we are meeting back here again. And now we're going to move on with the rest of the agenda. Public hearing. We have the Williams Inspection Reports 2015-2016 second quarterly report. Are there any comments for the public hearing? No? Okay. All right, consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. Do I have a motion to approve consent calendar items E through J?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, do I have a preferential vote by our student board member?
Aye.
All right, and then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that brings us to discussion action items, and we'll be covering each one of these individually. Accept a grant from California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, Center for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching, program for Simpson Elementary School for the purpose of supporting Simpson's Classroom Enrichment Program. This is very exciting, Ms. Richardson, and let me know how that goes. Do I have a motion to approve?
And just for clarifications, item K1.
K1.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
approve an agreement with Neff Construction to provide construction management services for the construction of the Eisenhower High School campus-wide mechanical upgrade or their HVAC project. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve an agreement with HBI Inspections to provide inspection services for the construction of the CNG fueling station project. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
And I'd like to ask a question. I think I have asked before for a detailed report on the CNG fueling station. We really need to know our expenditures to date, our future expenditures, our total cost, anticipated savings. How long is it going to take to even break even? Do we have that report ready?
So that, go ahead. That report has been presented. It's going to be modified just a little bit. It will be sent to you before the end of the week.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approve the attached 2016-2017 school calendar. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Mr. Montes, this time, not mark when your vacation will be, when school is not in session.
I checked it out.
All right, number 5, deny liability claim numbers 15-16-06 and 15-16-07. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Adopt resolution number 15-16-45 denying the charter school petition for Transforming Lives Charter School. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I have discussion.
Okay.
Do we have anybody from staff here tonight that could answer some questions in regard to this petition?
We do.
Good evening, I'm Tiffany Santos, School District's attorney.
Ms. Santos, you were able to personally review the petition?
Yes.
And make some advice to the board in regards to the petition?
Yes.
What were some of the things that might be of concern to this board and to this district in regards to this petition?
Okay.
What are some of the things you believe are what's the good, what's the bad, and the ugly?
Okay.
So I want
Break
to
it
just
down.
caution. Could you just stick to the elements of approval for this by the state standards, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So in terms of big picture items, from the last board meeting, there's a criteria, there's a standard under which a board must deny a petition if it doesn't meet one of the 5 different standards. In this particular case, the first finding was that there wasn't enough signatures from parents who were meaningfully interested in enrolling their students in the charter school during the first year of operation. or we didn't have enough signatures from teachers who were meaningfully interested in teaching at the charter school during the first year of operation. That alone is enough to deny a petition. The second issue was we found that they're demonstrably unlikely to successfully implement the program. Part of that was we didn't have a budget. They need to typically supply a first-year operational budget and cash flow and financial projections for the first 3 years. The petition didn't have a budget. That's critical to any charter school. With regard to the 16 elements, there are several elements that were deficient. The educational program, the measurable student outcomes, methods for measuring student progress, governance structure, employee qualifications, health and safety procedures, discipline procedures and policies, employee retirement systems, and return rights of employees and dispute resolution procedures. Overall, there are portions that were internally inconsistent. An example would be in one section with regard to dispute resolution, it says that it results in binding arbitration. In a separate section, it says it doesn't. And then with references to special education, the laws were incorrectly cited too. And it also referenced a modified consent decree to which LA Unified is subject to, but not Rialto. So that there was, several deficiencies. I just highlighted some of the bigger ones. And overall, there are 3 standards, and you just need 1 that they didn't meet for approval.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think we have a motion and a second. Do we want to go ahead and take a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, approve the recommendations of the Administrative Hearing Panel, reinstatement hearings, case numbers 14-15-53, 14-15-52, 14-15-41, 14-15-20, 14-15-5, 11-12-77, EE 15-16-2. Motion to approve.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Can we give kudos to child welfare and attendance for all these reinstatements here?
Yes. Well, we're very happy that that's all we had to deal with this time. Is these are students returning from
met all the requirements.
Met all the requirements to return to school after they were removed from school for temporarily. Okay. Did we take a vote?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I thought so. All right, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh,
She gets a preferential vote.
So move.
Second?
Okay, now Natalie,
Okay,
preferential
aye.
vote? Aye. All in favor?
Aye.
Time.
At 8:51.